Dillian Whyte versus Jermaine Franklin. To those who don't know, they recently fought over the weekend over in the UK. Fight was shown live on the Zone. You can go to the Zone and watch the full replay on there, or you can watch the highlights here on YouTube. And yeah, this fight was scheduled for 12 rounds. It went the whole 12 rounds, and Jermaine Franklin lost. Did he get robbed? Yeah, I could see how a lot of people thought Jermaine Franklin got robbed in this fight. I scored it a draw, and that's me being generous towards Dillian Whyte. Yeah, going into this fight, I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my prediction video, or not in my prediction video, maybe in my weigh-in video, where I said somewhere around the lines that there's no way Franklin was gonna win this fight on the scorecards. If it goes to the scorecards, especially if it ends up being close, and in this case, it was a close fight. And again, I thought that it was a draw, but I was super generous towards Dillian Whyte. Jermaine Franklin did a spectacular job, just boxing, simply boxing, picking shots, using the jab, following up with his punches. He did a very good job. Now, did Dillian Whyte have moments? Yeah, of course he did have moments. There were some close rounds, and I gave him every single close round. But easily, you could score this fight for Franklin. If you had to give this fight to somebody, in my opinion, Franklin deserved the win more than Dillian Whyte. Yeah, the reason why this fight was pretty much, the scorecards were pretty much pre-filled, not only because the fight took place in the UK, it's because of this rematch right here between AJ and Dillian Whyte. Eddie Hearn has made it very clear that if Dillian Whyte wins this fight, he will get a shot at AJ in a rematch. The Zone is looking for a big domestic pay-per-view event over in the UK to help increase their pay-per-view, their subscription numbers. And with the Conor Ben Eubank fight not happening, or it did not happen, they want a big domestic fight, a UK domestic fight, and a fight between AJ and Joshua. I mean AJ and Dillian Whyte makes up for that that loss chance they had with the Eubank Conor Ben situation. So there was just no way Franklin was gonna win this fight unless he knocked out Dillian Whyte. And there were some moments where it looked like he was about to pull it off, really put the beating on Dillian Whyte. But Dillian Whyte's one tough mofo, man. He's a tough dude. But again, Jermaine Franklin did a spectacular job boxing. He claims that he was robbed. I can't blame him for feeling like he got robbed, because you could make that argument that he definitely got robbed from this fight. Suffered his first loss in his pro career. Even though he lost this fight, I hope it leads to bigger fights for Franklin, because he proved that he belongs in the top of the division. Definitely a top 15 fighter for sure after this performance against Dillian Whyte, and I would love to see him fight in there against the other top 15 fighters, and hopefully one day fight for a world title, depending on how the division looks a few years from now. He's 29 years old, so he'll be around for a bit. Usually heavyweights stick around for a little bit longer than the lower weight. So yeah, I think Franklin, hopefully in 2023, gets in there against at least one of the top 15 fighters. Dillian Whyte, man, he's lucky. I don't know, man. He looks sluggish in this fight. Maybe it's a new trainer. Maybe, I don't know. He did not impress. Again, it looks like he will be fighting AJ in the rematch sometime in the spring, and yeah, if this version of Dillian Whyte shows up against AJ, he will get knocked out for sure. So, whatever problem it is that Dillian Whyte's going through, I think it's got to be the new trainer, right? Because this, the instructions from the new trainer, I mean, they're not bad. I feel like Dillian Whyte probably could have gone for the knockout, and maybe his chance of getting for the knockout would have been better. Because I feel like his trainer, wanted him to box more. To be smarter in there, which is not a bad thing. But I just feel like, Dillian Whyte definitely had more power than Franklin, and but Franklin had showed that he had a very good chin though. So the chance of Dillian Whyte knocking him out was, it's there because of the heavyweight division, but still Franklin got hit with some good clean shots and he was able to take them pretty well. Um, so yeah, he just got lucky. He got lucky that he got the win. If this fight took place anywhere else, maybe in the Middle East or here in the States, maybe Franklin would have won, but obviously that was not the case. It is what it is. Um, Again, huge, massive props to Franklin for the performance he displayed. As for Dillian Whyte, yeah, he's getting knocked out by AJ for sure again in the rematch, in my opinion. But we'll know. AJ is not the same fighter as well compared to when they fought years ago. So we'll see what happens when this fight does happen. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and watching. And like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.